Okay, let's be honest. In the world of tech and project management, it feels like there's one true religion, and that religion is Agile. Everything else, especially Waterfall, is treated like this ancient demon, this relic that's slow, rigid, and totally useless. But what if that's all just dogma? What if the old way is actually the secret weapon you need for your next huge success?
I'm going to say it right here, right now. This blind obsession with Agile is a costly mistake. For a whole class of incredibly important projects, Waterfall isn't just an alternative, it is the better choice, and I'm going to show you why. So how did we even get here? I mean, how did this single methodology become this unquestionable truth that no one is allowed to challenge? Well, it wasn't by accident. It was a business plan.
Welcome to the Agile Industrial Complex. See, Agile isn't just an idea anymore. It's big, big business. We're talking about a massive ecosystem of certifications, expensive coaches, and software tools, all with a huge financial incentive to sell you on Agile as the one and only solution for everything. They've done an amazing job branding Waterfall as something for dinosaurs.
And what this has created is this intense pressure to conform. I mean, project leaders today are genuinely afraid to admit they're using Waterfall, or even a hybrid. It's like you're confessing to some kind of professional sin.
Does any of this sound familiar to you? You're being forced to do daily stand-ups and retrospectives for a project that just doesn't need them. You're trying to jam a linear A to B problem into these iterative 2-week sprints. It's nuts. This pressure has robbed teams of a perfectly good tool, and this one-size-fits-all mindset is actively sabotaging projects.
Honestly, this quote just nails it. Trying to force Agile onto certain projects is like trying to build a skyscraper using the rules of improv comedy. You know, where you just keep saying yes and to every new idea until the entire structure just collapses under its own weight. It's completely absurd when you think about it.
Okay, so let's cut through all that dogma. The secret here is that this choice isn't a moral one. It's strategic. It's not about which methodology is best. It's about completely reframing the debate around one single critical factor. This is the absolute heart of it. You need to forget asking which methodology is better. The only question that matters is this: what is your primary risk? Is it market risk, the danger of building the wrong thing, or is it execution risk, the danger of building the thing wrong?
So let's break that down. Market risk is that nightmare scenario where you spend a year and $1 million perfectly engineering a product that nobody wants. It just lands with a thud. Agile is brilliant at fighting this. Its short cycles, the constant feedback, the ability to pivot, it was born to solve this problem. It's perfect for startups where you have no idea if your idea will work.
But then there's execution risk. This is the complete opposite. This is where you know exactly what needs to be built. The requirements are crystal clear. The goal is locked in. The danger isn't building the wrong thing. The danger is failing to deliver that thing on time and on budget. And this, right here, is the crucial point that all the Agile hype ignores. Waterfall was engineered from the ground up to solve exactly this risk.
And this is where the whole argument just flips on its head. Because in an environment where you have very little uncertainty but very high execution risk, everything you've been told is a weakness of Waterfall, well, it actually becomes its greatest strength.
Seriously, think about it. That rigidity everyone complains about, that's what prevents scope creep and keeps you on budget. That obsessive upfront planning, that's what gives you predictability and a reliable timeline. All that documentation, that's what ensures clarity and compliance, which is non-negotiable in so many industries.
Just look at the core philosophies here side by side. One is plan-driven, designed to mitigate execution risk. The other is adaptive, designed to mitigate market risk. They're two different tools for two different jobs. So tell me, if your project has a fixed scope and a clear outcome, like a major construction project or a government contract, why on earth would you use a tool that's built for a flexible scope and an uncertain outcome?
And let this one really sink in for a second. Would you want the team building a nuclear power plant to be agile, sprinting and pivoting on the design of the reactor core? No, of course not. You want a meticulous, verified, lockdown plan from day one. You want Waterfall. Now, of course, the purist out there will say you have to pick one and stick to it. But look, the smartest leaders I know understand that the real world is messy. The ultimate skill isn't about being a purist, it's about being a pragmatist. And that leads us to the hybrid playbook. It's so simple. You use an agile, discovery-driven approach in the beginning, for the research, for the prototyping, when uncertainty is really high. But then,
Once that blueprint is set and you move into manufacturing or construction, you switch to a more plan-driven, waterfall-style approach to ensure predictable, high-quality delivery. You literally get the best of both worlds.
So it's time to kill the dogma. It's time to move beyond the hype and start making smarter, more effective choices that are based on strategy, not just on what's trendy.
So here it is. Here's your new framework. It's simple. Stop asking, is this project agile enough? The question you need to start asking is, what is the biggest risk this project faces? If the answer is market risk, go with Agile. If the answer is execution risk, use Waterfall. It really is that straightforward. When you reframe the choice around risk, you stop following trends and you start making strategic moves that actually win.
All right, now it's your turn. I want to hear the stories that the Agile coaches don't want you to talk about. So tell us in the comments, what's a project you were on where Agile was totally the wrong choice, where Waterfall would have been way better? Let's get some of these real-world stories out in the open.
And hey, if you appreciate getting a dose of reality in a world that is full of hype, do me a favor. Like this explainer, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit that bell for more content that's dedicated to cutting through the noise. Thanks for watching.